Hey everyone, I'm gonna be doing a yoga and strength training this morning. I'm just putting up my hair. It's a really nice day today. There was some rain yesterday, but just gonna get started. So if you have free weights, you have your mat, and you want to join me, feel free. I do have some modifications you can do if it's not necessarily good for you. To add the free weights, you can always do the yoga without it. So don't feel like it's, obligated or necessary to add the free weights. So I'm gonna start out here in a moment. It's always nice to do yoga outside, so I'm going to start out here in a seated position and just really, you can do fire logs if you want, just palms facing up. You can even start in child's pose, wherever your body feels like it's ready to get situated, ready to pause for a moment to begin the day. You're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just focus on grounding yourself in this present moment. Focus on breathing in and setting free what doesn't serve you, what isn't needed for today. Focus on releasing the tension in your upper back, your neck, your lower back, your hips, your jaw. Anything that is clenched tight, just set it free. Anything that worries you or bothers you, let it go. Send it into the abyss. It doesn't matter what it is, just set it free. Focus on here and now. Focus on being present for yourself. Focus on your breath work. Imagine yourself on the beach with the sun rays hitting your back and your shoulders. Imagine that sun healing you. Imagine the waves crashing in. Make that sound in the back of your throat as you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, retain, 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 and release. And do that a few more times. And when you breathe in, just imagine it electrifying all of your cells. Imagine it working through everything, all the tension, all the stress, and then releasing all the negative energy, all this tension, and everything that isn't serving you today. And then when you return back to your breath work, just imagine how much freer you feel, how much more release you have in your body because you've set yourself free from all of that. And then you're going to return to all fours and just do some cat and cows. Just really extending that neck, giving yourself time to engage in this pose and be present with yourself. You're going to really feel the stretch in your abs and your neck area. If you have a tight upper back, it's very great for that. Then you're going to thread the needle. So you're going to lift your right hand high to the sky, gaze follows, and then you're going to tuck it under. Just feel the stretch in your lower back. Then you're going to re-thread the needle, then thread the left side through the right, lifting your right hand high to the sky and just feeling the stretch in your left side body. Our bodies will be different, so one side will be tighter than the other. It just depends what you're feeling in your body today. Then you're gonna automatically lift your left leg back, your right arm out in front, and you're just gonna feel this opposite pull in your body here. Then you're gonna pull it out to the side. We're just warming this up, and the second iteration of it, we're gonna add a free weight. Then you're gonna release. Then you're gonna put your right leg out behind, your left arm out in front, and feel this pull of opposites on your body. Feel how it feels. Pull it out to the side and then back down. And now we're going to lift our left leg up, grab the left leg behind you, feel the stretch in the front of your left leg. The thigh stretch feels so good here. And then you're going to release and do the same on the other side and grab your right foot, feeling the stretch here on your right side body. Then we're gonna add the free weight. I have a 10-pound weight, and I'm gonna do a few tucks and extensions here. I'm gonna do it for 5, 4, and you can use any size weight here. Doesn't have to be 10. And then I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So in and out for 10. 4 and 5, and then release. And then from here, I'm gonna stretch my right leg out back, and I'm gonna grab my 10-pound weight or whatever size you have, and I'm gonna pull it to my hip waist area for 15. I always like to do the crazy strength training first to get it started. And you know, of course, you're always gonna wanna do a warm-up. For 15 again, make sure you have the right form. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then we're gonna do it on the other side. So you're gonna stretch your left leg out behind you. You're gonna pull the weight into your hip and ab area for 15. Balancing on this other side. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then release. Then you're gonna go back to all fours. You're gonna lift your knees above the ground, hover for bear pose. And then we're gonna transition to a downward dog. This is your first time in this pose today, so walk your dog, stretch it out. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck and your upper back. It feels amazing. Just really be intentional in this pose. And when you walk your dog, you're just gonna step from and lean from side to side, just feeling the stretch in our hip area. And then we're gonna walk it to the center of our mat, half lift, forward fold. We're gonna stand tall. I'm gonna do a side bend to the right, feeling this stretch in our left side body. Center, side bend to the right, to the left. Just feeling the stretch in our right side body. Then we're gonna clasp our hands. I'm going more into a wide-legged fold behind our back, mini back bend, forward fold. Just feel the stretch in your body. And then you're gonna put your left hand down, your right hand toward the sky, feeling this twist in our lower back. And then we're gonna put our right hand down and our left hand toward the sky, feeling the stretch in our left side. And then we're gonna do a vinyasa, which is a tricep push-up. And then back to the downward dog. You're gonna walk your dog, keep stretching out your legs. And we're gonna repeat the side bends again on either side. So you're gonna walk to the center of the mat, half lift, forward fold, standing tall, side bend to the right, feeling the stretch in our left side body, center, side bend to the left, feeling the stretch. And when you do these poses, just be intentional. Feel how your body feels, setting free what doesn't serve you, being intentional about being in the present moment. And then right hand toward the sky for the twist. You're gonna grab your right leg if you wanna do the stretch out to the side, holding it here. It's gonna feel great. And then release, and then left hand to the sky. gaze follows, grabbing this left toe, pulling it out to the side here, holding it, and being in this pose here for a moment. And then vinyasa, or a downward dog. Back to the downward dog. Your body should feel pretty warmed up by now. Just focusing on breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to go through one more set of the side bends. You're going to do a half lift, forward fold, and then we're going to stand tall. I'm going to do a twist to the right. You can do any type of side bend that is calling you. Center, twist to the left. Feeling this twist in our body. Standing tall for a mini back bend. Folding forward. And then twisting, pushing your right hand toward the sky. And then your left hand toward the sky. Feeling this twist in your body. And then vinyasa or downward dog. I'm going to skip the downward dog right now. And then just examine your body and see how you feel right here, right now. I mean, it's going to be different than the beginning. You're going to be focused more on the present. Your body is going to be super warmed up. And it's going to feel great. I'm going to go into a bridge pose here. I'm going to move the mat, and with the bridge pose, we're going to do some bicep lifts, some strength training. So you're going to move your mat sideways, or you can keep it wherever it is, of course. I'm just moving it so y'all can see. And then you're going to lay on your mat, on your back, and you're going to grab the free weight with your hands, and then you're going to lift your hips up. And you can always hold the bridge pose instead of doing these bicep strength training poses. And then you're going to lift the weights overhead for 15. 2, 3, 4. So you're engaging your core while you're doing this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you did 15. Now we're going to come out like flies, kind of. Don't go out all the way. And you're going to pull it in. So you're toning your inner arms for 15 while you're still holding this bridge pose. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just don't let your hips dip. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then release. And you're just slowly going to lower down. Just sway from side to side if you want. And just release all that tension. Lift your legs overhead just to feel the reversal of blood flow in your body. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We hold on to so much stress in our body, so yoga helps us release through movement, and it's very intentional. We're doing a happy baby pose now where we're stretching out our inner thighs. So you're going to grab your toes and just lean from side to side. It feels really good here. Back to the reversal of blood flow, and then back to doing those sets again that we just did, because you have to do a couple of sets to be able to get the benefits. So we're going to go back into bridge pose. You're going to do 15 of these up overhead, making sure your hips don't dip. 5, 6, And again, you can just hold bridge pose if you don't have the free weights. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then those flies where you come out for 15 also. You can feel what area it's toning also. 6, 7, 8, 9 to 10 to 11 to 12 to 13, 14, and 15. And then release. So that was our second set. And then you're just going to lift your legs overhead. Just take a breather here in this pose. Lean from side to side if you want, just to feel how it feels in your body. Woo! That was intense. And then we're going to do one last set, but I'm going to do some ab crunches in between. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to grab a free weight. You're going to lift one of your legs up, and then you're going to come up to the leg that's lifted. It's kind of like a scissor for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to switch. 1. So our left leg is lifted. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then take a break. Woo! So you're gonna release the weight, just laying here on your back. You can lift your legs overhead, traverse the blood flow, and just sway from side to side, massaging your lower back. Your breath work brings you back to the present moment. So just focusing on that is so intentional when it comes to yoga and strength training. Sometimes your breath work and managing it helps you do the thing you thought you couldn't do, which can be a lot of things. So having that control over your breath work helps you get to certain levels in life, helps you get over certain pain points, helps you maintain consistency. We're in our third set of 15s for this workout. 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then flies in for 15. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then you're going to release. And then one more activity I'm going to do while we are here. So I'm going to stretch from side to side, just stretching out this hip area because it had a lot of stress put on it. Just leaning from side to side is you're going to want to lift your arm overhead with a free weight and then come down. This is toning the other side of your arms. You're going to do it for 15. You could even go into bridge pose, lifting overhead and coming forward. You don't got to go all the way down. You're just going to go as far back as you can go to feel the weight toning your arms. And again, like I said, you don't even need to do free weights. You can do the bridge and just do whatever works in your body, whatever is intentional. And don't even know what number I'm on, so I'm going to assume 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then we're going to sit up and just take a breather here for a moment, because we just did a hell of a lot of strength training poses. I'm just going to sit here in an open butterfly, just refocusing back on my breath work. Giving yourself space to breathe, space to reground yourself is so intentional. And then I'm just going to do some side bends over here to the left, side bend to the other side, and just really regrounding yourself to where you were. And then I am going to do some lower body workout. So you're going to take your free weight, and you're actually going to take both. You're going to step with your left foot down, lifting your right leg behind you like a pendulum. We're going to do this for 10. And what this does is this focuses on strengthening your lower body. So you're going to come down slowly. You don't want to rush it. And then back up like a pendulum. And if you're like me, you're on a deck and it's very uneven. So makes it even more challenging to work your foot muscles and your ankle. So we're on 3 of 10. I'm going to slowly come in. You don't even have to touch that foot to the ground. 4. Engagement and form are so meaningful when it comes to these poses. 5. 6. 7 of 10. And 8. Holy crap, this deck is hard today. Each day your body will feel different depending where you're carrying the tension, of course. So just be mindful to treat yourself with grace. Don't be so harsh. And then for the last one on this left side, and then back down like a pendulum. So then you're going to put your right foot down and do this on the other side. So right foot, lifting your left leg behind. You're going to feel a different type of stretch on each side. And surprisingly, this one doesn't feel as challenging, probably because my left leg is not my dominant one, so my right ankle has more strength. Three. And then for 4 out of 10. For 5. This teaches us so much control too, which is something that sometimes we miss in life, that we have to retrain ourselves for. Having control, setting boundaries, and just being intentional with where we spend our time and where we put our mind. If we're intentional about things, we will not overwhelm ourselves. Sometimes we have to reground ourselves through yoga, through breath work, through refocusing ourselves on what matters. And that was 9. And we have one more for 10. And then release. Whew, that was crazy. So that was some, I call them pendulum swings. There's probably a more technical term for that. So we're in the Malasana Yogi squat here to stretch out our inner thighs here. If you sit at a desk or do any of that,
It's going to be so important when it comes to releasing tension in your hips, any stressors that lie here. So, you know, you can even lean forward to feel a different type of stretch further in your thigh here. So just be mindful of that. So we're just regrounding ourselves after doing those pendulum swings with the weights. Just be here for a few moments. Focus on your breathing. Focus on being right here, right now. Sometimes you got to be patient and take time for yourself. And that's what yoga and fitness and health teach us these days, is to be here for you. And you cannot give back what you can't put out. So be mindful of how that works out in today's practice. So from here, I'm going to do kind of like a lunge. So I'm going to lift my right arm up and down for 10, holding this lunge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to go into this other lunge and do the same on this side for 10. And I could definitely feel my left arm is tighter than the right. 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 and 10. And then back to center, and then just do lunges from either side, just to feel the stretch in your leg. And then one more stretch on this right side, so your left leg is stretched out here. And then we're gonna stand up into kind of like a chair pose to do to add some weights for some more strength training. So what you're gonna do, I'm actually gonna do this one. I thought I was gonna do later on right now because I was gonna flip my mat, but it's basically a lunge. Well, it is a lunge, but I was gonna do something else with the lunge. So you're gonna duck down and you're gonna come up when you duck down for 10. 3, 4. You can do the lunge without the weight. 5. Lunges are so good for your knees. 6, 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. And then switch your feet. 1 to 2. Make sure you have a wide enough gap for your lunge. To 3, to 4, to 5, to 6, to 7, to 8, 9, and one more. 10. Okay, so you did 10. So we're just going to take a breather here in the Malasana Yogi squat area. So you're stretching out your inner thighs, regrounding yourself, focusing on your breath work. Sometimes you just got to set it free. You got to be intentional about it. Refocusing on the present moment and seeing how you feel after doing all of those strength training poses, which were kind of crazy. So we're going to flip into an inversion. If it's not in your practice, don't do it. But you can always do a tripod. You can do a crow pose, which is where you put your knees on the back of your elbows and just hover your head above the ground. Or you can do the full inversion. And inversions can look many different ways: headstand, handstand, any of those. And I recommend if you've never done them before, do it against a wall in your house first. Practice before you go and venture and do something crazy out in nature, which, because you can get really bad neck pain from it or mess up your neck really bad. So just be intentional with what you know that your body can do, which is life. Set your boundaries, set what's intentional in, and stick with those boundaries. Live within your ramifications until you can challenge yourself and move up to the next level. Don't force yourself. So we're gonna put our head to the ground, lifting our knees onto our elbows, and then you're gonna just lift your leg up overhead and then lift the other one. And you can do a split overhead, whatever your body is calling you to do. Sometimes it takes multiple attempts, but don't force it if it's not in your practice. So sometimes you just got to warm yourself up for it. You got to set your mindset on it and then do it. Just doing one leg is cool too. And then this is kind of like a crow pose, was kind of like that. So whatever is intentional in your practice. I'm going to take a breather right now and do a seated long-legged fold. Just lean over to stretch out my inner thighs. And just be here. Some days your balance will be different than other days, and some days it's just not in your practice that day. So don't force it, because we all feel different. We all have different ways of going about things, and that's just how it is. Regrounding yourself right here, right now. Also, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Setting free what doesn't serve us, to be present for ourselves, for our mind, for our body. And the more you lay in this pose, the more it will get into your body. Meaning gravity will do its job. You'll fall forward. Your body will realize that you're retaming your breath to get back into where it's supposed to be. And as a result, you will slowly melt into the position. And I'm sure you can feel like the stretch, the elongation of your legs, your hips, and how it feels. And then we're going to sit up and lean back just to feel the stretch, the release, all of it. Feels so good. All right. Then I'm going to stand up. I'm going to do a triangle pose. So you're going to point your right leg to the right. You're going to lean forward over it. Shorten your stance if you end up bending your leg. Left arm overhead. You're going to feel this stretch in your left side body. And it feels magical, if you know what I mean, if you're doing the pose. Sometimes your right hand can't go fully to the ground, so you're going to grab a block or something to keep your hand up so it's not free flowing. Then you're going to do a reverse triangle, left hand toward the ground, right hand toward the sky, feeling this twist in our back. And then back up tall, twisting our left leg out. Triangle pose on the left, right hand toward the sky. Gaze follows, feeling this twist in our left side body. Feels magical. Just hold it here. Feel this pose in your body. Each side is going to feel different. And then you're going to put your right hand down. Left hand toward the sky, gaze follows. You're going to feel the stretch in your backside. And then back to center. Pivot and plant your right foot. Prayer twist to the right. Making sure to do the full twist in your body. You're twisting, not dumping your head into your shoulder. Your arms are out and you're just holding it here for a minute to feel this stretch It's like you're getting wrung out like a dish rag. And it feels good. It's detoxing. It's magical. It's helping, especially after all the strength training if you did it with me. And then from here, if you want, you can do a reverse half moon, where you're going to lift your left leg up, your right hand's up, so you're kind of like twisted. And if you wanted to do a regular half moon, your right hand's going to go down, your left hand's going to go to the sky. Just feeling all this stretch, engaging all the muscles in your lower back. And then bending our left leg, prayer twist on this side, twisting, not dumping, into this side of our body. Feeling the difference in this side versus the other. Just holding it here. Sometimes you have to sit in these poses to really feel it. And then lifting your left leg up for the reverse half moon pose. Feeling the stretch in your left thigh. It feels magical. And then if you want to put your left hand down to feel the half moon on this side, feel free to do that. Make sure you're engaging that right leg, that right hip, everything to get the full benefit. And then from there, you're going to come back down. Now we're going to do half bound lotus. You're going to put your right leg in the hip of your left, leaning over to feel the stretch in our hip on this side. Feels so good. Just feel it, feel it, feel it. Magical. Set free what isn't meant to be. And then we're gonna release, let it go. Then we're gonna put our left leg in here for half bound lotus on the left side. Some people can wrap their left arm all the way behind. I am not one of those some people. Just feels so great. Doing this hip stretch is half bound lotus. Even though you look like a pretzel, it's magical. Then you're going to release. I'm just going to do a forward fold, wide-legged fold at that, and then I'm going to come down to a seated position. And I'm going to do fire logs, where you're going to cross one leg on top of the other, and then you're going to lean forward over it, just feeling the stretch in your hip area, and then you're going to switch which leg is going to be on top to feel that stretch in the other side. Some of these poses take time because you got to give yourself time to be in the pose. Just like life takes time, you can't force something in life. You have to give yourself patience and grace to be able to have that thing show up in life. Nothing is promised. The only promise we have is the promise that we can control our reaction to things and our actions when it comes to how things pan out. And sometimes we don't realize we have this ability because we're so caught up in the overwhelm, we're so caught up in the chaos that we forget we have this ability to control ourselves when it comes to these things. And yes, we can feel a certain overwhelming emotion, we can feel a certain way, but we can train ourselves, our mindset, our breath work, all of this to be purposeful when it comes to these things that pop up in life, because let's face it, life is chaos. So we're going to slowly remove out of this pose. We're going to put our left leg on top on the other side, doing a reverse plank. Woo. And then the left leg is going to come up, and maybe the left leg is not as tight as the right, but it's going to feel different. So I'm going to lean over this and just be patient with yourself. Just like I was saying, patience is essential in anything in life, and rushing it does not solve the problem. So be kind to yourself, be patient, and know that you have the ability to reframe your mind, your mindset. Your brain has this incredible gift to be pure, to really focus on what is needed in life. And until you realize that, life will be chaos. Let's be real.
We struggle so much when we want to rush through things because we want to result an answer, a solution, something that we want, but the universe and God might have some other way to get that across to us that we haven't even thought of or that wasn't part of our intention. And this is why we have to be patient and have to meditate, have to pray, have to be purposeful about it.
So as we're sitting here in this fold, I'm sure we can feel the hip tension. We're going to release, slowly come out of it, and just do the reverse plank or lean back. Whew. And then just really stretching out your back, arching it. Feels so good. I'm going to do a reverse full wheel thing. Oh my God, feeling the stretch. And then back. I don't think my wrist was supposed to bend that way, but it's all good. And then back to center. And then just closing your eyes gently for Shavasana. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Refocusing on our breath work like we did in the beginning, and knowing that maybe you feel freer, maybe you've released some tension in your body. You have really set free of anything that doesn't serve you, because you're right here, right now. Your presence is the current moment. Your presence is guided toward your breath work. Your presence isn't focusing on what doesn't serve us, what isn't necessary, what isn't of the future, what is of the past. Your presence relies on your breath work. Breathe in, retain, 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 release. Do it a few more times. Set free what doesn't go. Set free what isn't needed. Set free all that stress. Thanks for joining my yoga flow strength training thing today. I appreciate it. I do have other social media channels to include a YouTube. The name is Fawn Thayer. So feel free to follow me there. I appreciate you following me. Namaste.